ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಫೈಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮೆನು ಹೋಗಿ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬಾರ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಬಾರ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಬ್ರೌಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್, assembly tree, model tree, parameters of the component. It is going to give all the list here. So this assembly tree, this toolbar, so browse part. Okay, so this is what is going to give the members hierarchy. This layers, this sensors. Okay, so select tools. So it's going to give different options here. So now let us go for parts library. Okay, blue color kanatala ile. This is what parts library. You just browse the folder where you created all the components. You just double click to drag the objects into assembly window. Double click ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು drag and drop ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. You can go for drag and drop. You can insert a single part any number of times. You can place a single part in a number of times. Okay, now let us see using the options here, assembly options. This is what assembly relationship, as I said, a flash fit. Okay, so planar align, that's what align. Coaxial, that is what axial alignment. You got to insert here, you got a parallel, you got to connect, you got a angle, you got a tangent, you got a cam, you got a gear, you got to match coordinate systems of the components. Okay. As I said, major options are planar align, axial align, and mate. Okay, now let us see. I got two parts here. So my intention is, so just I want to align them in a same, what you can say, in a same plane. E top face ಎರಡು same ಇರಬೇಕು. Okay, so for that you can select planar align, select this top surface and this top surface. Now they are in a planar align. ಎರಡು surface same ಆಯ್ತಾ, right? But as you not specified any distance here, so one object is merged with the another object. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಬಂದು ಮರ್ಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, next, my intention is surface of this block has to mate the surface of this block. Okay, ಎರಡು ಆಜು ಬಾಜು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕೀಗ. what I'll do, I'll go for mate option. I'll select surface here and I'll select surface of this one. Whether the alignment is perfect now. Top surface match agada, side surface ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ agada, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ alignment ಇಲ್ಲ. I'll go for adding one more, again planar align. Select this one, this. Now you got a planar alignment. Okay, so now until unless the components are not going to show their original appearance, okay, you just consider the assemblies not completely constrained. Assembly ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ ಅದರದ್ದು ಕಲರ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದರ ಕಲರ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಕಾಣುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾವ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ? ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ನೋ ಕಾಣಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಣ್ತಾವ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕು? ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂತಂದರೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಆಯಿತಾ? ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲೇ? Okay, now it is what? Completely constrained. Now let us see. ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಈಗ? ಮೇಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್, ಪ್ಲೇನಾರ್ ಅಲೈನ್. Now let us go for coaxial. Select this object, you can change the color, you can go for applying the property. Okay, applying the property ಇಲ್ಲಿ select ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ property apply ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Okay, now select it, then you go to assembly here. Assembly here. Okay, you will get the relations here. Just go for coaxial. Okay, right. Next, my intention is bottom surface of this shaft has to be in line with bottom surface of this block. ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಈಗ? ಬಾಟಮ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶಾಫ್ಟ್ in line with bottom surface of this block. Mate or planar align? Okay, planar align. Okay, right, clear. Next, I will select this one. Again I will go for assembly. Select options. What I'll do, just I want to place this shaft over this one. Okay, so first intention is alignment, axial alignment ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮರ್ಜ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಹೌದಾ? Next, I'll go for a mate. Okay, now these two are not completely constrained. These two are an incomplete constraint. So because it got a rotational movement about its own axis. ಹೌದಾ? ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಇದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂತೀರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಮೋಷನ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯಿತಾ? ಮೇಟು, planar alignment to axial alignment. Okay, now let us come to the assembly of universal coupling. Drop down, open here. First insert base part. Base part is fork 1. Okay, you just double click over part 1, so it is going to be inserted into assembly window. Okay, now what is the second component? Second component is the center one. Okay, second component is center one. So now let us double click on center. Okay, now let us observe alignment. Now axis of this hole is to be in line with the axis of this hole. Okay, assembly, I'll go for axial alignment, this one with this one. Whether position of the center is correct? Position of the center is correct. Center ಅಂದರೆ center ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಅಂತೀರಿ, ನೋ ಸರ್ ಅಂತೀರಿ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಾಂತವಲ್ರಿ ತಾನ್ಕೊಳ್ರ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೆಂಟ್ರ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಹೋಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಂ, now let us take option mate. So top surface here has to mate here. Now it is aligned. Now it is aligned. Okay. Next, I will insert the shaft here. Okay. Now the thing is that, so keyway alignment has to take place. Okay. First I will go for axial alignment. Let us see what will happen to this shaft. You just observe, it is exactly in a mirror direction. correct? Now I'll go to planar alignment. Front face of this shaft has to in plane with the face of this fork. Right? Whether keyway are in a collinear? Keyway collinear idava? Illalla? Okay. Again I'll go for adding constraints. Again I will select a planar alignment. You just move over the component. It is going to give the surfaces available at cursor location. Select here. Now it is aligned. Now it is aligned. Okay. Now let us insert a key here. Key. Again assembly. Front surface of this one has to be in line with front surface of this shaft. You just observe. L bantiga nam required positioning banta. Okay. Again I will go for option mate. Side surface has to mate. Now whether it is correct. Now bottom surface of this key has to, let us see what will happen. Now, right. Again already the more constraints kottidiri. Okay, so still it is not completely constrained. Okay. What I'll do, if you just click over here, it's going to give the constraints you used to assemble the component. ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಟ್ಸು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಆಡಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. I will select here mate. I will select this bottom surface has to mate with this surface. Okay. Again it is reflected. Then you go for planar alignment. ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತಾ? Request relations conflict with the other and can't be placed. You just click over here. You just remove the constraints what you provided. ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಈಗ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀ. ನಾವು ರೈಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ height. Okay, use option height. Now we can easily assemble key with a shaft. Assemble, we go for planar alignment, select this surface and this face. Now it is over. Now it is over, right? Similarly, after completion you can just go for option show. Okay. Now add another one fork here. Just double click on a part 1. Okay, so use options axial alignment. This axis has to be collinear with here, right? Next, if again I thought it has a possibility to ಮೂವ್ ಇನ್ 180 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಈ ಫೋರ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕೆಳಗಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಕಮ್ 180 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ 70 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆರ್ 60 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, as it has to be placed in a horizontal direction, what I will go? I will go for axial alignment. I will select axis of the cylinder with this one. Now it is perfectly horizontal. Perfectly horizontal. Yes? Okay. Now the thing is that you need to insert all other parts like shaft and key. What I'll do, I'll go to again assembly tree. So I will hide this one. I will hide this shaft also. I will hide this center part and this one also. Okay. Next, you double click on shaft. Shaft is inserted into assembly window. Then you go for using the assembly option. So use axial alignment. Right. So then planar alignment. Next, again select planar alignment. You just go for a closer look. Option is planar alignment. This plane has to be in line with this one. Over. Next, insert key. It is the same. Go for planar alignment. Right. Next, again you go for mate option. Bottom surface has to mate. Otherwise you do one thing, again you can just go for hiding this part also. Right. Assembly, planar alignment. Okay. Next, mate. Right. Again I will go for mate option. Side surface has to mate side surface of this one. Or now you can just go for showing all the components. Okay, got it? Next, what else remains? You need to insert a pin, collar and taper pin. Okay. Now just double click over a pin, go for axial alignment. Right. So now let us use mate option. This surface has to mate this surface. Over. Now let us go for collar. Use axial alignment. Now collar top, this surface has to touch this surface. Use mate option. Now whether this is placed correct or not, we don't know. ಪಿನ್ ಕೆನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದ್ರ ಹೋಲು ಎರಡು ಕೋಲಿನೇರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. Let us select again. Okay, I gone for a coaxial option, right? Next you insert a taper pin. Here it is what a axial alignment. Correct aida? Correct aida? Aida? Okay. So what I'll do, I'll go for mate again. Okay. So I'll go for mate option. So I'll select front face of this taper pin and a plane. Okay. Whether it is passed complete? Okay. So you go for adding the offset distance here. I'll go for 15 mm. You select taper pin, you just double click over here. You got offset distance, provide offset distance. If you give a positive, it's coming outside, you give negative, so now it is a perfect. Okay, say close. Now similarly follow same steps for this side also. Okay, ಇಷ್ಟ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?